So this is our setter method. This is the setter method, and this is the getter method. With the getter method, we get the instance variable. Like here, p dot value is equal to 12. By the getter method, we get the instance variable, but by the setter method, we can set the instance variable. The p dot value is equal to 12. Here we can able to set the variable, but here we can't because the setter property is unavailable over there. So now you can understand how to define a property, and without property, obviously it will not work. So this is that you have to remember. This concept we have discussed in last lecture. It is only the recapitulation so that you can understand the concept of property. Okay. So another concept that we have discussed in last lecture, that is why we need property. Why we need property, right? Actually, because without property we can implement our program. So what are the benefit you will get by using the property? This is our main uh, thing that we were discussed in last lecture for this concept. Okay. So in this concept, here I haven't used any kind of property. मैडम ये इंटरनेट यदि स्टार्ट होता है ना तो बताओ हाँ? मैं स्विच कर लूँगा okay so see here I haven't used any kind of property. Let's look this program. Here the class that I have created, that is a person. Dunder init is there, and these are the variable. Self is mandatory. The first, name and age. Already we have discussed in detail in our previous lecture. So name and age. This name is the public variable and age is a private because of the underscore location. Another method that is a display, and simply this display method, what we are doing, we are simply printing the name and age. And here is the set age. We can say this set third method. With the help, we can set the age, new age. But while setting the age, we have put it one criteria. The customer or the person cannot set his age less than 20 or greater than 80. We will not allow them. If his age is greater than less than 20 or greater than 80, that time we'll simply raise the error. That is, your age must be 20 to 80. And this is setter method, and this is a getter method. Get age. So simply here we are checking the age, right? Because the age is a private variable, so the customer can access this age by using this getter method, right? But to set a age, we have put it a validation. Okay, so this is our instance, the class name, and these are the name and age. And display, simply we have put a letter. So in the actually this uh, instance send the variable Raj and 30 name and age, it is assigned, and with the display simply we have printed here. Okay, so zoom out this output part so that you can properly look what are the outputs. So as per our program, now I am calling this set age method to set age, and I want to set the age 100. So obviously I will get the error because here I have put a condition. Well, actually we are discussing this program actually to look to understand what is the use of property. Okay, so this concept you will come to know. So here I can't set a age, right? Similarly, suppose if I want to set a age, e dot set age is 10, obviously I will get the error because it is not in between 20 to 80, right? So if it is obviously if the age is 25, that time you can easily set the age, right? E dot set age, and if it is 25, yes, the age set is right? Age set, and you can check the age set or not by simply calling a method display, and here you could see Raj, and the age is 25. Here it is 30, right? Now suppose like in a property we have uh, in our last example we have seen the concept that is instance variable. Similarly, suppose if you want to increase this age by 1 like an instance variable, that time what we have to do, we have to the as it is the private variable, age is a private variable, what we have to do, we have to use this get age, right? Client has to use this get age method if you want to access the private variable, and if you want to increase his age by 1, right? By this way actually, but you can't increase it by 1. To increase it by 1, what we have to do, we have to set the age, right? We have to set the age. So here we have to set age, and in with the get age, you have to update the age, and by the set age, we have to set the age. So by doing this, actually, yes, it is possible to increase the age. Like here, you could see the age incremented by 1. Now it is 26. So whatever we have seen in our previous program, like we can update the age, yes, without even property we can update the age. But what is the difference actually? Here we are not using it like an instance variable. Always you have to use a parenthesis here if you want to access the variable. We are not using it like an instance variable. Like this statement, it seems look awkward, right? But if you use a property, then you can create a, like an instance variable. And even in this program, there is one loophole is there, right? Like if you are now here, what kind of loophole is there? Like here, data validation is done properly, right? But what kind of loophole is there? In last lecture, we have discussed. Anyone remember? Kindly do acknowledge. What is the loophole in this program? In last lecture, I have discussed. You might have remember. Okay. So what is the loophole here? Like, suppose here the name is Raj and age is 30, and the instance is P. Suppose I have created another instance, right? Obviously, one program have the number of client may access the program. Another instance is there. Let's check. Let's check this program work for another instance or not. So P1 is another instance that I have created, and for another instance, uh, now he is a Dev, and his age is 200. Okay. Because of this. Ah, yes. So first we have created this instance like P is equal to person Raj 30. Similarly, the another instance that we have created P1 is equal to person Dev 200. P1 is equal to P1 dot display. So see, I can even able to set the age that is 200, right? But actually, which is not valid. So this condition checking is not working here, right? It is not working here. So what we have to do, we have to change this code by simply putting this condition at this place. Okay. So if I'm putting this condition here, it is so I have put it here, this condition. Now the same way I have created another instance. Okay, see here. Now I am unable to create assign this value even by creating a new instance. Okay. But actually now this code is working fine without property. So you might have thinking now this code is working fine. So exactly what is the use of property? But actually this code works, but it is not Pythonic way. Like this is our, for example, you can understand this is our main class, and there are a number of clients who are accessing this class. Okay, so this code is not backward compatible. It breaks the existing client code. There may be a client code that access age directly. May happen there is another client code who is directly access the age. So to make it backward compatible, what we have to do, we have to use a property, and we can access the age as well as data validation we can do at the same in the same program, as well as it would be the backward compatible too. So very easily we can do with the property. Okay. So you understood with the without property. Now the same program we will do with the property. So here is the another program, like the class is person, self, name, age. Again, here little thing that I have to modify. Self dot age is equal to age. So see here in our previous program, we have to write get age underscore set underscore age. So one client is using get age, get underscore age. Another client may using set underscore age. But there is, it may happen there is another client who is directly accessing the age. That time he can't access. Your program will not work. In our previous, without property, right? But here actually we are not writing a get age or set age. So anyone, any client can easily access this age. Okay, so this setter method, this is a get method. Okay, so I am, that's why I'm not writing here get or set. So the client can directly access by directly writing the age. So this program. Okay. So in the output we got same the Raj 30. So see our, the previous code and this code. Here we have used this property decorator. Now the same if I want to access the age, I can access the age 30. And suppose if I want to set the age, so even I can set the age that is 30. But the same thing, if I would do in our previous program, I what I have to do. Sorry. The same thing when I would did in the previous program. First, I have to write a get age, and then I have to write this. I have to call this method get age under the set age, and by this way, actually, I can set the another value. But here, because of this property, I can use it like an instance variable. I can even easily set the age. Similarly, suppose if I would set the age that is 100, so I am setting age here that is 100. So I got the error, right? And again, another thing that you have to note down, if I have created another instance for this class, in our previous program, I able to set the, even I can able to insert a age more than 18, right? So here actually I have to make a change in our previous program. But here, suppose if I would create another instance and if I set the age that is 100, let's see it will accept or not. So p1 dot p1 is equal to person and you see it is not accepted. Even here I have not put it any kind of condition, but I can't set the age. And always here it is everywhere it is age only. So it is not the case there is one client who is using get underscore age and there is another client who is using the age. So this kind of problem could we can remove by using a property. And here this code is more concise and clear. You know, previous code is not concise and clear. Even if you want to change the age, increase the age, you can very easily increase the age. Ph plus 1, very easily you can increase the age. Even you can write like p plus is equal to 1. Yes. Okay. So see, very easily you can increment the age, increase the age, 34, 35, 36. So you can able to use a variable like an instance variable. At the same time, this code is backward compatible. Like see here, for example, the class is one and if there's multiple clients are there. But by using this kind of age, by this program, we can easily access the age. If you would uh, try this kind of program for, if you would try to access age from this program without property, you will come to know you cannot access the age. You have to use get age, and if, otherwise, if you are writing only the age, it won't work. This is an assignment for you to do. Understand this concept. Okay. So when to use a property, when we need to perform a data validation in existing instance attribute, you can turn it into a property. Okay, note down this thing. When we need to perform, so whenever you need to perform a data validation, if you in a program, if you want to do a data validation in existing instance attributes, so whatever the instance attributes are there, the existing instance attributes are there, that time, if you want to validate for all existing instance attributes, that time you should turn your program into the property. So property attributes allows you to read only or write only attributes. Even the property can allow you to program a read only or write only. Because uh, there are a number of examples you might know where you might have experience about the password. The password, you can set the password, but you cannot look up your password. Right in Gmail, if you want to set your new password, yes, you can set the new password. But if you want to look your password, you can't look your password. Right? This is one example. So if you want to implement a program by this way, where if you want to assign property to the attributes, like sometime your attributes are read only and sometimes your attributes are write only, that time we have to use a property. Let's check one another example for that. So the class, for example, employee. So name, password, and salary. These three variable that I'm considering here. So So here, actually, in this program, uh, you can easily understand from our previous discussion. Like here, we have defined three properties like a name, password, and salary. Three attributes you can say. And mainly here, we have used three property. Only here, this first property, if you see, only define getter method here. Like in our first program, we have seen the property we use for the getter method, not the setter method. So this property is read only. Okay. So this property is only read only because here we are using only the getter method. We are only taking a name. Okay. We are not setting a name here. So it is only the read only. Right. It is only read only. So okay. So here read only time is less now. And the second one is this. Again here, if you see uh, in our password, we have raised the error, right? Like here, it is a getter method. Like anyone can get the name, but here, if someone want to get the password, he will get the error. What it means? This method is write only, right? This method is write only. You can write, but you cannot get the password. So that's why we can say this is the write method only. You can able to write the password. How? By setting a password simply. So password setter we have used and you are unable to set the new password. And this way you can set the password. So we can say this is the write only, this is the read only. Okay, read only, write only. And the next property is read write. Read write. Because why read write? Because here you can able to read the salary. Yes. Here the salary written here. So that's why here we are returning a salary to the client. That's why it is read. Here we can generate an error. That's why this is not a read, but this is a read because returning a salary. And here you can able to set the salary, right? That's why it is a write. So this is a read write. So in your program, whenever if you want to implement your program like this, in your program, if you want to set the authentication, like some of the code, some of the attributes, you want to allow it for the read write or only the write or only the read, that time actually we can use this property. You can take a screenshot of this program, which is very important. So here actually getter method is there as well as setter method is there. Okay. So let's check this program in the output. Like suppose if you want to access a name, you can easily access the name e dot name. Okay, so Python has stopped working. Maybe this crash. You take a screenshot and you check yourself. What you can do, you can
Am I audible? Am I audible? Okay. So actually, as I told you, take a screenshot of that program and you try to implement that program and you execute that program. It is very, very important. If in an interview, someone asks you a program which is in terms of authentication, and if you will write this program in front of him, you can easily get selected in that company. Definitely. Okay, so this is a very good concept. You try to implement this concept as well as try to execute read property, write property, and read write property. Okay, thank you. Now lecture time is over. Now you can leave the session. I will upload today's lecture on YouTube. So if you could not understand, uh, okay, so you can refer that video. But this concept is very important. Okay, you properly understand this concept. Thank you. Now you can leave the session.